Welcome to Valuable Coaching Daily and this Thoughtful Thursday. Now let's start the show.
All right, good morning, Valuable Coaching. Happy Thoughtful Thursday. Today we're going to be talking about some books. And yesterday I posted on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram at Valuable Coaching, a question about what books get the coaches excited and motivated for coaching. And we got some good feedback. Somebody said The Culture Code. It's a book I don't know much about. I briefly looked into it this morning. Definitely one I want to read, and maybe we'll bring up on another Thoughtful Thursday. So I appreciate that feedback. A couple coaches said the book Win Forever by Pete Carrol, which we'll take a kind of a little bit of a look into today. And then the third one that we're going to start with today actually happened to be, submitted by Matt Houlihan at Beta Bay, and it was just by chance that we had already talked about grit earlier this week. So the book is Grit by Angela Duckworth. And here's what the cover looks like. And real quick, while you're kind of taking that in, we just want to reiterate what the main gist of this book is about, just by defining how Angela Duckworth defines grit. And she defines it as passion and a sustained persistence applied toward long-term achievement with no particular concern for rewards or recognition along the way. And then she goes on to say that it combines resilience, ambition, and self-control in the pursuit of goals that take months, years, or even decades. So, kind of the gist of the book is that grit is something that it takes time. There's lots of other words that combine to make grit, but it's the pursuit of something over a long period of time, and it's about going on those ups and downs. It's not going to be one smooth, perfect path laid out for you. And so, she has some TED Talks online that I would encourage people to look at too. And, go out and find this book. I think we interviewed Matt Houlihan earlier on, and it'd be great if you go back and watch that episode. But, he's kind of the epitome of gritty. He came out of college and was starting to coach club, and he started this, he started to be able to run the club Beta Bay at a very young age. And, definitely got to be some ups and downs when you're running a business, especially as a young business person and coach. And so I could see why he would be the one to present this book as his favorite thing, not only for coaching, but I'm sure he's had to have some grittiness in fighting through some tough times. And I think we've all had to have some grittiness in the ups and downs of 2020. And so, this was a great book, and it was great that he put that today after we'd already kind of talked about it on Monday. With that being said, the other book that two different coaches said, Kevin was the one who responded back with Win Forever by Pete Carrol, and also Coach Nikki, who we interviewed before. Again, you could go back and, take a look at her interview. She was a great interview, and, she's kind of the epitome of grit, but also this Win Forever philosophy. And so the book, it's by Pete Carrol, coach of the Seahawks, really kind of had a big rise when he was the coach of USC. And that's kind of when he started really developing this Win Forever philosophy. If you take a look, he's got a Win Forever pyramid, and we'll put this up so you can take a little bit closer look at it. And if you can't see it, down at the bottom, it talks about the belief system. There's three rules to win forever with a team. Is you always protect the team, which that comes back to some of the coaches we've talked to talk about family a lot, building kind of a family culture. You're going to be a lot more likely to want to protect your teammates when you're cultivating that type of culture. Next is there's no whining, no complaining, no excuses. And that really combines well with the grit that we talked about in the previous book we just talked about, because you can't whine and complain and be gritty. So, there's no whining, no complaining, no excuses. You get there, you take care of your job, and, you work to get better. And then lastly is be early. If you're there early, you're there working hard, you're showing that you're engaged and you're ready to go. So that's part of that belief system. And so if you move up then to the central theme of his pyramid is that it's about competition and always competing. And I think sometimes we hear the word competition or competing and we, I don't know, sometimes in this day and age, I feel like it's looked at a little bit negatively. We don't want to make kids compete too early on, but in reality, they're kind of always competing, even if it's with themselves about how well they can do, if they can improve. And so just know that you are always competing, and life is a bit of a competition, even if it's just against yourself, or if it's, friendly with somebody else, or if it's more serious, like in a sport, of college volleyball or professional sports. So you're either competing or you're not in a relentless pursuit of a competitive edge. So, you're always going after it. Then there's also the environment. Okay, that's the next step up. Practice is everything, and having confidence and trust in your coach, trust in your players, confidence in those players. That's one thing I've found in my own coaching that's really important, is to show those players that you're coaching, especially at younger ages, that you have confidence in them. When they make a mistake and they look over to you, instead of getting ready to yell at them and roll your eyes, just, let them know, hey, it's going to be okay. Make the next play. That shows that confidence in them, and then they're going to trust you more. And then lastly, the performance piece at the top, knowing you're going to win, and then having that focus on continued confidence and trust in each other. And so, this book obviously has a lot more details in it, but this pyramid is kind of a quick summary of it. And so, these are two great books that I would encourage people to go out and get and look at. There are two that I've only briefly researched, and I can really say that they're going to be very important in developing a philosophy. Again, you have to develop your own philosophy, obviously, as a coach, but it's going to take piecing together chunks from other people who have done this for longer, who have different ideas. I just was starting a book that I got that's called The Way of the SEAL, and it's teamwork based on a Navy SEALs experience, and it's about leadership. And so, again, I'm not going to be able to relate exactly to that and take it and put it directly into volleyball use all the time, but there are going to definitely be pieces that I pull away from it. And so, that's what we're trying to do on these Thoughtful Thursdays. So if you have a book you'd like us to take a look at and share a little bit about, if you want to come on and share about a book that you use, we'd love to, have an interview with you and take a look at that. So anyways, have a great rest of your Thursday. I got some fun stuff planned for a fun Friday tomorrow, both about volleyball and just kind of being ready to have fun for the the holiday season coming up in the next couple weeks. So anyways, you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Get out there, read the book Grit by Angela Duckworth, and take a look at the book Win Forever by Pete Carrol.
Hey, thanks for listening today. Please follow us on Instagram at Valuable Coaching. Check us out on Facebook at Valuable Coaching. We're on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to podcasts. And then also check out our sponsor, One Stone Apparel, at onestoneapparel.com. They designed a great polo for us, and we're looking forward to helping them out grow their business. You guys have a great day.